Burnum, an archaeological site, was a Roman legion camp and town. It is located 2.5 kilometers north of Kistanje in inland Dalmatia, Croatia. The remains include a praetorium, the foundations of several rooms, the amphitheatre and the aqueduct. Burnum is also popularly called Hollow Church and is one of many ruins in the Balkans identified in folklore as Traianus Town. Only 2 of the original 5 arches have been preserved. History. The Roman writer Plinius wrote about Burnum as fortress distinguished in wars. In hoc tractu sunt Burnum, and Etrium, Tribullium nobilitater proelis castella. The Pagana chart from the 16th century presented marked traits of Burnum as the ancient locality, but it did not reach archaeological interest until the 19th century, when it occupied the attention of renowned Croatian archaeologists, Father Luja Marin and Father Fran Bulik. The first excavations were conducted by Austrian archaeologists. It is assumed that Burnum originates from the year 33 BC, but it is more likely that it was established a few decades later. Several Roman legions were located there in succession, and the first one was Legio XX Valeria Victrix, placed already there in the beginning of the Pannonian Uprising AD 6–9. The reason for its location was the need for the control of traffic around the Kistanje River. Building was initiated by the Roman governor for Dalmatia Publius Cornelius Dolabella and continued by the Roman Emperor Tiberius Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus. The camp gained its final shape during the reign of Claudius around 50 AD. Legio XI Claudia Pia Fidelis left the camp sometimes between AD 42 and 67, probably AD 56–57, and was succeeded by Legio IV Flavia Felix. According to some sources, a rebellion of Lucius Arruntius Camillus Scribonianus against the Emperor Claudius AD 42 was started at this camp as well. After the last Roman legions had left the camp, it developed into a settlement of urban type. The camp was completely destroyed when the Emperor Justinian attempted to take it back from the Ostrogoths in the 6th century. Aqueduct. The Plavnopolje is an entirely underground aqueduct, so that water stayed cool in the summer and could not freeze in the winter. It is about 32.6 kilometers long. 170 meters height difference between the source and the town. It flowed 86 liters per second. The location is only partially archaeologically investigated. A pre-Roman Liburnian builder cannot be excluded at the moment in accordance with previous studies. Legends. There are 2 old legends about the construction of this aqueduct. The first story is, 2 men courted a woman. One man should build a town. The other man should build an aqueduct to this town. And who would be first, he would receive her as his wife. Both done simultaneously, but that one who had built the town judged that his town was not finished yet, and so the other one should marry her. With the earth, which was dug out at the building of the aqueduct, was built a hill, and on the hill a village. The name of that one who built the aqueduct was Rade, and so was the village also called Raduca Glavica. Another old legend about this aqueduct is, Solemnus, a beautiful young shepherd in those parts, was beloved by Argira, the nymph, from whom the town and fountain of the name were called, but the flower of his age being over, the nymph deserted him, upon which he pined away, and was transformed into a river by Venus. After this he still retained his former passion, and for some time conveyed his waters, through a subterraneous passage, to Argira's fountain, and because they both had separated, but their story was never forgotten, the names remained in memory in Argira and Solemnos near Corinth, and in Argira and Mons at Armanja. So the aqueduct stayed in memory. The major harbour of Liburnian navy since 5th century BC was Corinth, at eastern cape of Kistanje Island.